How's it going, everybody? I'm Shane, and I'm here to give you another solo leveling episode review. Today's episode is episode 8, entitled This is Frustrating. Fun fact, he actually says that in this episode. Before I go any further, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Be notified more videos like this. And I also want to tell you that if you want to support me even further, my Patreon link is in the description below. I want to thank everyone who donated to the Patreon last month. I'm trying to figure out a way how to thank people without, I guess, completely putting them on blast. I suppose if I was able to put the names on the screen, which one day, that's what we're working our way up to. One day we're going to get that. So we're talking about the fun fact that he says that in this episode. Here's another fun fact. We took a week break. Not that you guys would know, because I'm usually behind when doing solo leveling, but we were a week behind, and I found out that apparently last week's recap episode 7.5 was rated the lowest episode of the entire season, which makes sense. It was, so firstly, the way I watch it, it wasn't even present on here. As a matter of fact, it has messed up their internal censor so much that this is episode 8, right? But it says episode 8, episode 9. That's how much it is messed up. Because technically, if you watch the recap, this would be episode 9, but it don't count. And it is insane that we got a recap, because I would have taken a break after this episode. Right, if you wanted to build some kind of tension, or maybe because of Golden Week. I know White Day, I think, is sometime this week, I believe, but that break was kind of, well, not even a break was unnecessary. I want to say the recap. You've only had 7 episodes, you already have a recap. I hate it when shows do that, and apparently everyone else does too, because I have to see this. It has 62,000 thumbs down and only 28,000 thumbs up, which, yeah, and I got that information from Senpai Sauces on Instagram. We say sauce now, we don't say source, but yes, quite funny. And the reason why Jin is frustrated is because he needs a way to level up efficiently. He even tried to do the double work for the dailies like he did before. No keys popped out. As a matter of fact, he saved a reward box, and when he opened it, it was a used bingo card, which I guess if he went into a bingo hall and just sat there and then like, oh yeah, bingo, I guess you can get away with it. Who knows, right? But he needs to level up so he can get into that tower, so he can get the elixir that can heal all diseases, which apparently the disease his mom has is a disease, not a curse, even though it was said it was a curse. Unless you're saying it's a curse of a disease, which that is confusing all in itself, right? In this episode, he does tell Jin-ho that he's going to join on to help him with those 19 raids, but he has a caveat. The caveat is it can only be him and Jin-ho to go in there and do that. Now, to do C-ranked quests, as we saw with Doo-doo Suck, or should I say Dung Suck, you had to have at least 8 people. And Jin is saying we can just hire people like the other dude did, but when we go in, it's just us. So imagine how easy of a job you have when you get 2 dudes hiring going, all right, look, we're going to split everything we find in here with you guys, but you 6, stay right here. We'll be right back. And then they just go in and come out with stuff. That would be like a super easy gig. Although Jinwoo, regardless of him now being taller, as remarked upon by Joo-hee, which the dude runs and does push-ups every day. That doesn't make you taller. Magical glow up. Anyway, it literally is a magical glow up. Anyway, it does he's kind of dumb. Like, he doesn't pay attention to like advances. He doesn't pay attention to like the fact that, Jin-ho is terrified of him. So he is a trope now. a tropey protagonist, and he's supposed to be perceptive, but you wouldn't think that people would start going, these two are hiring people for all these raids that looks kind of suspicious. Either people are going to look at you and go, oh, you're under leveled, you're not ranked properly, or they're going to go, oh, you're trying to steal from folks and kill people, much how Doo-doo Suck tried to do you and Jin-ho. Where am I at here? So he's selling Jin-ho on this because, hey, if you get 19 perfect raids, because it cuts down on casualties, no one has to die, and on top of that, it'll look good with his dad. You instantly be able to get a guild in no time and impress your dad with a perfect track record. Which, speaking of Yo-jin, one of his guys is trying to recruit the S-rank hunter Hae-in. Hae-in. I need to give her a nickname because I'm not going to remember that name. I had to pay attention and write it down. I'm going to call her Cha-Cha. The blonde lady Cha-Cha. So Cha-Cha's out there running, and guy comes in with the car and is trying to recruit her, which is funny because she is part of Hunter's Guild. And I only know the name of Hunter's Guild because of an exposition that Jin-ho's dad did, but we'll get to that in a second, right? And as a matter of fact, his dad is trying to get his brother, we talked about that last time, his brother to be the guild leader, but brother hasn't been ranked, doesn't have power or anything. So you get an S-class person to come in that can work with him. Now, Jin-ho's like, I don't think that's going to work. But the leader of that Hunter's Guild, she told him, like, yeah, I got recruited. And he's like, oh, well, you telling me this must mean you're not taking the job. And she's like, no, I'm not taking the job. I just want to point out, her telling you this isn't exactly also saying I'm not taking the job. It's just being courteous. But he had the leader of White Tiger Guild, Bike, in there. Remember the red hair guy who had the interview? He came in earlier to yell at Glasses Man. I don't remember Glasses Man's name. Red hair Glasses Man. He came in to yell at him because he said, why would you have them interview me? I don't like doing the interviews and stuff. And it's for a really good reason, because he references the Jeju Island, the thing that we saw in the very beginning of the series that's been referenced at least twice now. I'm going to count this as 3, but at least twice now, where that dungeon break was not closed, even though they had like 4 or 5 S-rank hunters and all of the guild and everything there. And homeboy, Glasses Man Redhead, in the near future of this year within the show, he wants to go back there and just clean everything up, because the island has been sealed off, and annually there's reports on anything that's changed. It's trying to placate the people, make people forget that it's there. But the S-rank hunters, those who fought there, apparently cannot forget, because Bike, he was the dude with the super wolf powers, and remember he had to do with the claws, ninja claws, and the healer man. Both of them died. I thought healer man retired. Maybe he did. Or maybe retired is another word for dead, but he did. And homeboy, red hair Glasses, is trying to get everyone together on the same side. That's why they're doing interviews. Well, he said to do the interviews because he want all guilds to be united in this, because they need to clear out that is the biggest blemish on all of their records from South Korea. I guess Jeju Island is an island near South Korea. Beats me, but that is the whole that is his whole purpose of the machinations, and bringing Bike there to talk. It wasn't just to tell him, hey, this Jin dudes are trying to make their own guild. Now let's go back to the whole Jin-ho thing and Jin. Wait, his name is Jin-ho. His father's name is Jin. Let's go back and talk about that, right? So his dad gives more exposition, and dude, we've been getting exposition since episode 1. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, right? because it leads me to believe that this is how the manhwa or the webtoon, however you want to call it, how that is written. Because now you are overly explaining how things work. I get you need to explain, but let some stuff happen and then we explain. Very much feels like a because I've done this before in writing. It's like, I need to explain how this works. Do you need to explain how this works right now? I guess we're getting all this groundwork because in the future, we're just going to be go, 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 go. He talks about how the resources from dungeons have changed everything. Goes back into it's been a decade in the car with his son, which a nice transition from Jin-ho talking to Jinwoo into him talking to his dad. And he talks about, it's changed infrastructure, politics, the economy, media, all those resources. And there's the Hunters Association, which is a public works. They rank the hunters, they handle the hunters, they take care of the dungeon breaks, they hire out guilds to go send hunters. Now, the guilds are the ones who get money. They have a monopoly on the dungeon resources. We'll tell you about the 5 guilds that are in South Korea. And they get nice little symbols too. There's the Hunters Guild. I mentioned them earlier. White Tiger Guild. Mentioned them earlier. There's Reapers Guild. He says Shimigami in Japanese. Shimigami Guild sounds so much cooler than Reapers Guild. But Reapers not bad. There's Fame Guild. I'm going to assume that they're vain and just want to be famous. And there's Night Guild. And since they have a monopoly on that, he's like, I don't like it. And he has this weird, I don't want to say nationalist type of thing, but his whole deal is like, it's for the betterment of the country with resources and stuff. That's why he wants to have another, have them make a 6th guild. But my thing is, do you really care? Like, are the guilds hoarding all of these resources for themselves that badly? Because there was no sign of that in anything we've seen in these last 8 episodes. I haven't gotten a clue that, oh man, people be poor and they can't really get these resources because the prices have gone up. Although there is a paper there, all their stuff is in English. Is that how South Korea is? Is everything in English in South Korea? But they have a paper in South Korea. They have a paper there where it's like a place goes up on its prices or something like that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like hey, pay attention to this because that's giving you a little bit of world building. As we know in this waking world, everyone the shrinkflation and making things inflated now is kind of done arbitrarily just to get more money out of the people anyway. We're not going to talk about that. But it just feels a little off to me, right? Jin-ho wants to prove himself to his dad. I get that motivation. His father wanted to do stuff for the country. I don't understand that one. I need more backstory. He couldn't have been at war. He has money, right? He has this whole construction thing. So I'm trying to understand that. If anybody out there understands it, please leave a comment below. Help me to understand it. If it's something that's missing from the book, because I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So, yeah. Don't know if this is real or fake. Another major thing that happened is the reuniting of 5 of the survivors from the second double dungeon, which was Kim, that jackass, Kang, the first big guy that ran off after the very tan, I'm just going to call her Black Lady, after the Black Lady ran off too. It's Kang, Kim, the Black Lady who's not there. Joo-hee, Song, who, remember Mr. Song lost an arm, and of course Jin-woo, the one who is our main protagonist, right? And it's an emergency call for this dungeon here. All of them have been gathered, and 3 others that are going with them are prisoners. They're prisoners. Now, first of all, if you have prisoners, why are the prisoners ranked, right? These are C-ranked prisoners who are here. By the way, the guy from the surveillance group, his name's Taek. Remember, he was with the blonde guy when they were talking to Jinwoo, and he obviously remembers Jinwoo because he's looking him over, silently looking him over after he tells everyone, don't worry, I'm in charge of them. They're not going to hurt you, because he's B ranked. He obviously knows Jinwoo, and the name of the next episode greatly hints at what's gonna happen, and I'll express my feelings for that when we get to that, right? Oop, let me do it here. So, it is very interesting how each of them came to this mention. We don't see anything about Kang. Who cares about Kang? This isn't the Marvel review, but yes, I don't see anything about Kang. But we do see Kim, who's with his daughter. Apparently has 2 kids. He's with his youngest daughter. She's going to start preschool. His wife was like, do you have to do this? Because you almost died the last one. And he's like, well, you know, there's a low rank missions and stuff like that doesn't happen all the time. It'll be okay. Plus, we need the money, right? And you know, his daughter's like, Papa, are you strong? He's like, yeah, I'm strong. No, your father's a bitch. I said he's a bitch. And then we have Joo-hee, who was on the phone with her mom, and her mom was like, look, you're not going out there. You're a B-rank hunter and everything, but you're not going out doing anything. You might as well come home, work at the store. If you're not going to do anything else, just work at the store. You know, Pa's worried about you. And she just flat out yells like, don't tell me how to, don't try to control my life. Don't tell me what to do. And she hangs up. See, her mom was half, I guess what I'm looking for is half antagonistic about it, because we all know how parents could be. It's like, hey, you ain't doing anything with this work. We got family business. Come over. I don't know if she has expressed that she is gone, that the traumatic thing that has happened, and it has made her tremble and shake in fear, and she is like really screwed up, right? Don't really know. I don't know how mental health is in South Korea. I know in Japan it is in the toilet. They don't even have a term or a phrase for mental health. That's how bad it is. So I don't know how that works in South Korea, but she is torn up, but yet she is still here, sporting a new look, because here she wearing her hair long. We see her with her hair long. She got a little ponytail in this one and new duds, so she's ready to go in. She's surprised to see Jinwoo and remarks on him being taller. Again, that makes no sense. That glow up is dumb. That is the dumbest glow up ever. But yeah, she's there. Even Jinwoo even kind of guards her when one of the prisoners is like, ooh yeah, baby. That, which, you know, typical prisoner shit. And then we have Song, who is like, in this world, this is about the nicest person we have met. She's cool, right? There's nothing wrong with her. But Song Sensei, because I'm going to call him Song Sensei. This man is the nicest. He is in charge of a kendo dojo, a swordsman dojo. Yeah, one student going, oh man, I wish I could have faced you when you were at your fullest, but this was still good. And he even questions, why aren't you going to retire? And, you know, Song's like, yeah, I know I'm old and I should just hang it up, but I want to give back. I want to do something more. And he has so much inner turmoil. I need to repeat what he said. Pardon me. He has so much inner turmoil for what he's doing, because where am I at here? So he didn't awaken a physical power, which means his sword is just useless against magical beasts. His martial art that he has spent decades honing is useless inside of a dungeon. And for him, he's a swordsman. He has magic type, so it's a magic focus, so it's a twist of fate. But he's like, there has to be a reason for it, right? Dude with one arm. First of all, his design is so damn cool. This is old man with the ponytail and the long hair, but he looks tired, but he looks so friendly, and he's grateful to Jinwoo for saving all of them. He was like, man, what happened to your leg? Your leg, get back. He's like, well, you know, Jin didn't even say anything. He's just like, well, you know, and he used to say, oh yeah, a high level healer put yours back on. Well, yeah, they couldn't do anything with my arm. It was kind of too late. This is kind of too late for that one. But Kim and Kang can't even look Jinwoo in the face. They're just like, look to the side. I totally ditched this kid and just so I could save myself so he wouldn't die. And I get it. I don't know about you, Kang. But I get it. Kim, you got a family. So did Jinwoo. Jinwoo even said that in the episode when he got abandoned. I have a family too. So what kind of shit is this? But revisiting this, I don't know how far along in the book it took. Did it take 20? Did it take 20 pages? Did it take 10 chapters, 7 chapters? We're on episode 8, and now we're having these people get back together after somewhat seeing her, which she admits to Jinwoo that she tried to visit him. And he's like, "Oh, you visited me? Yeah, you dumbass. You didn't actually go see him. You saw that he was trying to get back at it, and then you just like, oh, even though you don't understand that he has some weird mystical thing." And of course, he is doing the protagonist thing of not telling anybody about his special abilities, not as a sister, not as a girlfriend. Well, not his girlfriend technically, but not the current love interest. Yeah. Mr. Song's gonna take command. He's gonna lead on this one. He even asked Kim, and Kim just like looks at the side. He's like, "Yeah, go ahead, whatever," because he feels bad that 6 people died while under his watch. So he wants to make up for it. This is an honorable ass dude. Probably one of the better characters. I am fully preparing myself for him to die. That is how these damn shows work. He is probably going to get killed somewhere down the line. I would love it if he joined Jin-woo and Jin-ho's group. You know, the Woo-hos. I would love for him to join them, but I'm expecting him to get killed. He's too good. He's too good of a character. He'll probably end up getting killed. Sunk, that's the name of one of the people that got murdered. So the episode just ends because they're gonna walk on in there. But Tae-shik looking at Jinwoo. Next episode title is "You've Been Hiding Your Skills." Well, it's been months, right? They've remarked, yeah, it's been months since that happened. How many months? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 5, 6 months? Who knows? Hasn't been a year. They just said months. So let's say anywhere between 6 to 4 months that it's been. And now all of a sudden, dude is tall and muscular and handsome and all this other stuff. And this next episode goes, "You've been hiding your skills." Obviously, B-rank surveillance dude's going to look at him and be like, yeah, no, this dude's capable. Or maybe he's going to start killing off some of the magical beasts where no one sees him. How long is he going to be able to hide this? I do not need the entire series. Or should I say, I'm not interested in the entire series being, this guy's super strong and he's hiding it from everybody else. Because outside of like comedic shows like Spy Family or the very beginning of Mashal, like that's one of the cool things about Mashal. Mashal's first, how many episodes was that first season? 13? First 12 episodes. It's like no one, not even his friends, know that he doesn't use magic. But then suddenly he meets a cool bad guy. Biswalker's like, yeah, you can't use magic. That's okay. I'm a cursed person too. Then he goes and fights another bad guy. And then he goes toe to toe with another bad guy. And it's like, oh, damn, he can't use magic. A whole season of not finding this out. You're not going to do a whole season of him being like, oh, no, I'm still E ranked. I'm still the worst. Nah, man. I hope like a C or B rank thing comes up and he just like knife flip, stab, and is dead. And everyone goes, man, I don't know how he got stronger, but he got stronger. So all in all, this episode, pretty average, if I'm gonna be honest with you. I guess I'm giving it a 4 because I like, as much as I'm giving him crap for it, I do like the exposition of the 5 guilds. Eventually we're gonna have to figure that out, right? So I guess having dude's dad tell him while paying attention to his son's reaction, which apparently that'll come up later, having him just go over and talk to his son and maybe he doesn't think is capable, or Jin-ho is very, very, very new. Jinwoo had to explain some things to him, so having this old man explain everything that's going on to his kid, who again is going, I don't know if getting an S-rank person to help, lead this guild with my bro is going to make sense. So I appreciate that. So that's where the 4 comes from. Everything else is pretty much average. You left on a cliffhanger. This could have been shown last week. You could have done the break this week. Just putting it out there. But yeah, it's a 4. It's not I'm starting to understand what's going to be average for this series. I'm a sucker for good exposition. This was okay exposition, so it's a low 4 at the best. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Are any of you readers of Solo Leveling? Because I've heard great things about it. I am enjoying it so far, but some of the story structure, such as, is he going to keep this whole secret? Is he going to confide in at least his sister about his abilities and what's happened to him? Like, I'm wondering what's going to happen, because this feels like someone wanted to make an isekai, a modern isekai, but then just kind of said, nah, I'll just throw the video game elements in and we'll be fine. Interesting premises here, but I don't know. Let me know what you think. Please do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified of more reviews just like this. I thank you all for taking some time out to listen to me talk about Solo Leveling. Please be good, be blessed, wash those hands, be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Make sure you're staying safe out there, all right? And realize there are people out there that care about you. If you need to talk to somebody, please reach out to someone. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. All right. My socials are right in the description below, right underneath that Patreon link. So feel free to give me a follow. Send me a message. Say hi. I'll say hi back as long as you're not a jerk about it, and we'll be good. All right. All right. Well, hopefully we get a good follow-up episode. This was an emergency. They got prisoners. So let's see if any of the prisoners are going to get murdered. Ooh. Until next time, I hope you all level up.